What is going on, members of the prestigious The Bomb Squad? This, once again, is your host, Don the Bomb, for another epic, groundbreaking, earth-shattering action figure review. So welcome, everyone, for the latest installment of Don the Bomb's action figure unboxing and review. What is going on? I hope everyone is having a good day. And, well, let's get right into it. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the 2 out of the 3 figures that came out of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Big Rubber Guys. I believe this is Series 3. We have Sergeant Slaughter, Marty Jannetty, and then there is a third one, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, in his promo gear from around 1985. So unfortunately, I don't have that to review right now. Hopefully, I'll get that sometime in the near future. It's a pretty cool one. I was hoping to get it today, but did not happen. But I will review these other 2 quality ones. So for anyone that is not familiar with the Big Rubber Guys line, they are meant to be, an extension of the famed WWF LJN wrestling figures that came out back in around, I think, 1984 through 1989. There were several lines. Matter of fact, they were probably, well, definitely the first wrestling figures I remember owning, and I beat the hell out of those things, and I still have all of them somewhere packed away in my garage. And it would have actually been nice to have them to have a size comparison at the end of the video with these other 2, but I can guarantee you that these guys, with the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, have done a great job of actually scaling these to the pretty much the exact same as what the LJN. I know in the 90s, WCW tried, and Jax had a classic Superstars LJN-inspired line. AEW Jazzwares currently has an LJN-inspired little set here and there, but they're all a lot smaller than the original LJNs, and I think this is what people wanted. When they were thinking about that, you know, this is kind of what they wanted. So not only is this served to be as an extension for the LJNs, but, you know, they're trying to add figures that were were missing from the original LJN line that could have had figures made or didn't have figures made. Guys from the old NWA that were around the same time, they're trying to implement those. I know with the Ric Flair, that was from the NWA. And there's a Magnum TA that's going to be coming out this year that's from that same time frame in the NWA. So, man, I'm here for it because, you know, that brings up a lot of good memories and toy playing days as a kid. And it's good to have some of these guys that were missing in the original LJNs and better versions of, you know, the old LJNs. Like, for example, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, British Bulldogs are all coming from the Major Wrestling Podcast Big Rubber Guys line. And I have those all on pre-order, and man, they look amazing. I cannot wait to see those, and you know, I'm very anxious and excited to see where this line goes going forward. And you know, we're lucky to have you know, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers and Mark Sterling all involved in this because they're wrestling figure collectors too. They know what the people want because they want it themselves. So, you know, this line is in good hands. I'm hoping for its future success, and I'm going to help out every way I can. So, all right, well, let's get right into it there, the Bomb Squad. Let's start off with opening my buddy Marty Jannetty, one half of the famed Rockers tag team with Shawn Michaels, going back to the mid-'80s in the AWA, and then they went to WWF, had much success, broke up. Shawn Michaels became Shawn Michaels, Marty was Marty, and oh well. Unfortunately, Shawn Michaels is not represented in this line because he is under contract currently with WWE, and well, unfortunately, it can't happen right now. Maybe in the future. Or you could buy another Marty Jannetty and color his hair blonde. And there's your Shawn Michaels. But the good thing is these things are made for collectors. You know, you open these up just by sliding, or pulling the tabs off and sliding the card up. Oh, actually, and here's the back of it. It has the line of all the figures that have come out since they started the Big Rubber Guys series. And there's the Ric Flair I was talking about right there. Man, that's going to be cool to see that. So once again, here's the packaging. There's the front. I was already showing that off, and not much going on the sides. But all right, let's pull this off. Like I said, this is made for collectors, so you can take this out of the packaging and you could display it. And if you want to put it back in the box, you can put it back in the box, hang it on the wall, do whatever you got to do. You can do either one. So I am a loose collector, as I always say in these videos, so I will probably end up throwing the boxes out. We'll see. They take up too much room. So, oh man, Marty Jannetty. One thing about the LJN, the rubber guys that they had back in the day, they had their own distinctive smell about them. And I pulled the Marty Jannetty out of the packaging, and he definitely has a very, I don't know if it's quite LJN-esque scent, but definitely has a rubbery scent, which, you know, is kind of cool. So, and, you know, they're not posable. They're just big blocks of rubber / plastic, whatever. And you just, you know, back in the 1980s, kids didn't care about collecting. They didn't care about posing or putting them on a bookshelf somewhere. They wanted to beat the hell out of them together. That's what they're for. So I understand that. So here they are, not posable, but here he is, Marty, looking like only a young Marty Jannetty could look. You have the different little wristbands there, different colors with the tiger print on there. You got orange and pink, and then pink and yellow, and then you see his tights. It's got nice little, I guess that would be zebra print on the boots. The tassels are all sculpted on there. Looking pretty cool. And he's got a pose where you can, you know, you can do this, and then you kind of have the arm where you can do it. Nothing's worse than having, I mean, it's one bad thing enough to have no articulation, but if you have something that you want to play with and it not have a good pose, that defeats the purpose of playing with them as a kid. I remember the LJN Rick Rude was horrible. It had him do some sort of muscle pose where he was going like this, but you couldn't do any maneuvers with the guy. It was very disappointing. So I really, as a kid, didn't use Rick Rude that much. But Marty's got a good pose on him. There we go. He stands on his own, which is good. If you do want to display these, they don't have any peg holes for the feet. You know, you can put it in a stand or anything, but he stands on his own, and that's cool. So Marty, that's a pretty cool figure. If I have to rate this, I would rate this, I'd say 7.5 out of 10. Very good, very good. We will take out the next one, our boy Sergeant Slaughter. It has the same thing on the back of the packaging here. We'll take off the tabs, or the big tab here, and pull out the card, slide it out. The Sarge. Now, Sergeant Slaughter was supposed to have an LJN figure back, I believe in 1984, but he left for greener pastures of the G.I. Joe line. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually put an LJN-esque Sergeant Slaughter figure out there. You can find on eBay and whatnot for probably a lot of money. But the big rubber guys, those guys try to emulate the attire and the pose that Sergeant Slaughter was supposed to have, because Matt Cardona has the prototype, or the resin prototype of Sergeant Slaughter, which I'm sure cost him a fortune. That guy spends more money on action figures than anybody I've ever seen. So, and, you know, you see the back of... Did I show the back of Marty? Yeah, there's the back of Marty. I think I showed it. But, yeah, there's Marty. Party Marty, back again. But here's Sarge. You have that nice mustache. Looks like him. The skin tone's a little pale, but I don't know if that's, you know, what the LJN original one was supposed to be like. But this does have his outfit that was similar to what he was wearing in 1984 when he left WWE. And this is what his LJN figure was supposed to be. So, looking pretty good, all black, except for like that, you know, that, what is that? Kind of like not really a hunter green, but you know, that military green color belt. And he has his little whistle here. So, and once again, you know, he's got a pretty good pose. You can do a suplex or a DDT in this arm and give him the, well, he's, of course, saluting since he served in the armed forces, but he also can give that big karate chop. So this is pretty cool. And it also comes with a hunter green removable hat, which is a pretty cool touch. Some LJNs back in the day had hats and outfits that were attached to the figure, and if it came like this attached, it would be all right, but it's so much better when you can, you know, take it off. And it also comes with the accessory of the sunglasses, paired that with the hat, and we are off to the races for good old Sergeant Slaughter here. You maggot! Attend! Hut! You get what I'm saying. So this Sergeant Slaughter is pretty cool. I would have to give him a 7 out of 10. And real quick, since I didn't do any figure reviews of the Demolition, these guys were from Series 2. And I'll show them off real quick. We have Axe and Smash the Demolition. These guys are really sweet back in the day, very toyetic. They come with the removable masks. You take them off. Now, these are the variants. There was the original ones were kind of emulating the look of the Hasbro figures they had, like around 1990, 91. I was actually preferring they'd send me those, but they sent me the variants instead. Now, this Axe, in the original LJN line, Axe had a figure which had the similar face paint. Smash was supposed to come out in a later series, but Hasbro got the line from LJN for the WWF, and then we never got those future LJNs. We were supposed to get Smash and the Barbarian to go with the Warlord. I think the Bushwhackers, Bad News Brown, and Brother Love, but we didn't get that line, or that series, I should say. So maybe Big Rubber Guys will work on some of those guys that are missing. Now, the only bad thing about the Demolition is my buddy Axe here has a droopy eye, and must have happened. I know I'm not the only one. A lot of other people experience the same problem that got the Axe variant. He has a little bit of a droopy eye, but hey, I'm happy to have him. And like I said, I would have preferred the standard edition over the variants, but I'm happy to have the variants. So they're pretty cool. Wanted to show those off. So, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to give a like, subscribe, join the Bomb Squad. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? All right? Just share if possible. But more importantly, if you guys want to see my stuff, which I know a lot of my subscribers aren't getting my videos on their feed on YouTube, so please enable notifications on your cellular device and click the bell to get more of my stuff. I'm trying to upload shorts and whatnot daily, try to keep ahead of the game, trying to be that man that my parents always hoped I would be. And I'm trying not to disappoint even at my old age. I'm still trying, okay? So as I like to say at the end of every video, all that glitter isn't gold. Don the Bomb, wishing everyone an enjoyable evening, and may peace be with you.